Okay. Then I call this equation 2. And then I will sub in my equation 1. So I'm going to replace this whole thing. This is the same as 3 of this. Okay? So I'm going to plug in this as 20 minus 1 over Q. Okay, so with that, okay, ready? So don't overcomplicate things by multiplying everything by P and Q. If not, you will introduce more variables. Yes.
He was grabbing my hand.
Okay, so to solve for Q, it will be 5 over 65, which is 1 over 13. Okay, so Q is done. All you have to do is to sub Q into the equation 1 or 2 rather. Okay, so you plug it in. Okay, this one you key into the calculator, it just gives you a very nice 7. And then you switch position between these two. P is just 1 over 7. Okay, so just treat this as like a X. And then this is like a Y. Treat it as one object, one variable. Then it's easier to handle. Okay, this is 3 for you. Okay, give me a moment. I copy 4. No, 5, right? Can. Wait, let me copy this question over. Yes.
Why did 3 over P become 3 bracket?
It's the same thing. 3 over P. This one, 3 over P is the same as 3 times 1 over P. Okay, if you can split them up into 2, it's the same thing. So I'm just substituting 1 over P as my 20 minus 1 over Q. Like that, okay? Okay, do your corrections in a different colored pen. Okay, next one. They tell me that this is a solution. When it is a solution means you can sub it into your equation. So put x as minus 1, put y as 2. So your new equation is 6 minus a equals to b. Let's call this equation 1. And then this is your 2 square. This is your minus 1. This is your 2. So if you multiply 4 by negative 1 times 2 is a negative 8b. Okay, plus 3a. So this is your second equation. So once you sort out your second equation, you can sub first equation into the second. And then when you see b, you replace with 6 minus a. Okay, I zoom in. We'll go back to 2.2. Nature of roots. Discriminant. Yes, we are. Okay, so 11a is 44. A is just 4. So after you solve that, sub a into 1. B is just 2. Okay, once you know your A and your B, put them back into your original equation, these two. Okay, sub these two back in. Then you get 3y plus 4x equals to 2, one equation. Y square plus 8xy plus 12 equals to 0. So go and solve these two equations. So a good way is to rearrange your equation 1. So I like to keep x on one side. And then I divide by 4 throughout. So this gives me a 0.25. This gives me a 0.75. Okay, I like to divide by even numbers so that it gives me a nice fraction. Okay, and then you go and solve your quadratic. X is 6 over, not a nice number though. Okay, so this one, can you go and solve your quadratic formula? Yeah. So everything that you have learned in E-Math can also be tested in A. Okay, then you go and solve your Y value, you have 2. Okay, then go and find your 2x value. There will be one pair that is this that you will reject or not applicable. One of it will be this. Okay, this one is reject. Then you go and find the other pair. This is the one that you want. Okay, go and solve it. Okay, so if you are done, make sure you have written your name, then hand in your homework forward. Which one? Okay, there's a answer error, is it? Where is the error? If you spot it, you get chocolate. Where? No, Harita already spot it. But where is the mistake really? Or is it a negative 8y? No. Negative. Where's your integrity? Do anything for chocolate, right? Okay, wait. What is the issue? What underwear? Y square. Oh, is it a minus? Anybody found the error? This equation, there's some issues with it because it's a math error here, which cannot be.
Before you solve it, can you let us find it?
Yeah, wait. I also trying to find very hard. 8x. I miss out something. Oh, I miss out my y, right? This is a y square. Okay. I found my own mistake. Too bad. So it's a y square plus 2y minus 6y square okay, but you spotted the mistake. So stay alert. Stay alert, people. Okay, so hand in your homework to the front. Make sure you have your name. Tomorrow we will have a quiz. We will test linear inequality, E-math, and A-math simultaneous. So we do a hybrid quiz.
When is it?
Tomorrow.
What time?
So tomorrow,
Which period? The morning or the afternoon?
the single period one. Do we have a single period?
Tomorrow is like
Oh, it's two double. Okay, we can do it early in the morning first. Let's get it over and done with.
during A-math and I keep late to class. Very tough homework.
Here.
Okay.
Okay, so I repeat, tomorrow the quiz, right? One question, linear inequality E-math. One question, simultaneous A-math. Hybrid quiz.
Your advanced topic is
What? Scare me, I thought so little. Should we include 2.2?
What's 2.2?
Discriminant?
No.
Aren't you curious where you are?
Not really.
Oh, not yet. Not yet. Roots you have depend on what is this. Okay, this thing that you see inside is called your discriminant. Okay, and then we all know by now that roots and solution mean the same thing. Okay, so this one we have done before, but let's just recap it one more time. Okay, let's calculate the b square minus 4ac very quickly. So b square minus 4ac. What is it? 9 minus 8, so 1. So it is positive. When, yes, can. When discriminant is positive, how many roots do you have? 2. Okay, what is the nature of this root? Is it minimum or maximum? Look at your A. Your A is 1. is positive, so minimum. All these are just recap. Okay, this one b square minus 4ac, quickly calculate. Is what? Negative. Oh, it's 0. Is it 0? B square minus 4ac. Yeah, it's 0. So the sign is neutral, or we can just write that it's equal to 0. So how many roots do you have? How many roots do you have? 2 equal and repeated, but there's only one answer. So what's the nature here? Positive means happy, means minimum. Okay? So just practicing this one. So this one you already should be expert at it. 1 minus 8, so negative 7. This means calculating D. Okay, so if it's negative, how many roots do you have? 0, no roots. Is this maximum or minimum? Minimum. Four plus 4, 8. So it's positive. 2 real roots. Again, this is 1. Or minimum. So boring. Okay, b square minus 4ac. 25 minus 48. Is it? What should it be? What's 25 minus 48? Negative 13. Negative 23. Count. My brain not working. Okay. Negative. No real roots. Because this is positive, it's a minimum curve. So if you want, you can draw lah. Draw a U, not a V. Okay, then this one. B square minus 4AC. What is it? Minus 48. Negative 24. Is it? Your count. Quiz? Where quiz? Oh, no, I said in the group yesterday, right? No quiz next week. Not happy, is it? You all want? After school, I can give you one. I'm always game for a quiz. Oh, okay. Never mind. That means you should be happy you missed it. Okay, what's the answer? Negative 24, is it? Alright, you all never confirm. I don't know. Okay, A is negative 3. So this is the only 33. 32. So off. 16 times 3, isn't it 48? Oh, that one is 16. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this one, by now you should know if discriminant is positive, you have 2 real roots. If discriminant is negative, there's no real roots. Okay, and then if it is equals to 0, you have 2 equal and repeated roots. So actually, there's only one solution. So this activity is just to prove to you that this is the case. But you already learned this in 1.2. Okay, nothing new here. Can I flip to the next page? Not yet. Is there a symbol for, like a hand signal for slow down? Or like that? Just stop. I won't stop. What is this? This one looks degrading. This one is toilet? This means you are really scared? Is it? From where? One or 2? Like that means you scared. This one means? So like very vulgar like that. You're sure it's I go back office and ask the teachers. Whose language is this? What is that? What is this? Huh? Help ah. This one is help ah. Okay. So if you need help, you blink. Okay, you blink. From where you are, at least I can see. Yeah, I also need. I need to help. Stop it. Okay, move on. Okay, this one are the 4 cases we talk about. So this is a summary. So 1, if discriminant is greater than 0, this one we talk about already. Then it's 2 real and distinct roots. Just means it cuts at 2 points. This one we know already. Okay, if it's equals to 0, you have equal and repeated root. Sometimes they say coincident root, but it all means cut at 1 point. We can also use touches x-axis, 1 point only. Okay, but when it is greater or equals to, that means I'm combining these two together. So if they just tell you my roots are real, it can be 1 or 2. So this is one case. That is the one that we say intersects x-axis. They never say 1 point or 2 points. It means can be both. Or you can say roots are real, but never say 2 equal, distinct, or what? Help? Then you like that for what? Or zoom in. You all don't anyhow use the signal. Accidents may happen. Okay, 3. Okay, actually this 3 is not 3, it's 2 plus 1. It's a combination between 2 and 1. Okay. I will really verify one, you all know, right? You all don't give me anyhow, later I use. Okay, if it's less than 0, it means no real roots. Or you can say the roots are complex or imaginary. But we use in Sec 4 no real roots. In secondary school, no real roots. Or lie completely above or below x-axis. That's all my lesson. Who claps at the end of math lesson? What nonsense! I'm so upset. Okay. Shh. Like I mentioned, this is a recap of your 1.2. Nothing new here. The next page will have new stuff. But this whole page is a recap of your 1.2. So let's practice one more time. Okay, before that, you still hate 1.2, right? So now we have more recap. So how do we determine nature of roots? Nature of roots means 2 distinct real roots, equal repeated root, or no real roots. Only 3 scenarios. 2 distinct real roots. Oops. Three scenario, 2 distinct real roots, 2 equal and repeated root, and then the last one is no real roots. 3 scenario. So the first one, what is the discriminant? 4 plus 4, 8.
So to use for all real values of x, it has to be completed as well.
No need. Those one no need to complete the square. Just find discriminant and tell me, is this 1, 2, or 3? Since discriminant is positive, then it's 2 real and distinct roots.
But like if it is like 40,
Yep.
can I just do for all real values of x?
Can, but we work so hard. Just this one will do. Okay, because discriminant is greater than 0. Okay, what about the second one? Just quickly go and find all your discriminant. Okay, always make sure your equation is rearranged in the form that you want before you go and pick your ABC. Otherwise, you might sub in the wrong values. Okay? So make sure all your equation, you go and rearrange until it is something x squared plus something x plus constant. Then your ABC will be accurate. So your A, your B, your C, you must read the correct value. Otherwise, it's all wasted. Oh, this one is the wrong one. Here. Okay? So this discriminant is less than 0. You know it's case number 3. No real roots. Since discriminant is less than 0. So go and find all your discriminant. This is not homework. This is classwork. Why? This one is not homework. Oh, sure. Wish granted. 64 minus 64, this one nothing. 28. I may calculate wrongly. So this one is equals to 0. So you can say two equal and repeated roots. This one is positive, 2 distinct real roots. And then this one is positive, 2 distinct real roots as well. Okay, if you're ever asked this for exam, clap in your heart. Because it's to give you points for free. Just go and find discriminant. Okay, so these are all the nature of roots for these 5 equations. No need, you just have to calculate discriminant and conclude for me. So when they ask nature, it is always these 3 cases only. But if it's turning point, then it's a different case. Turning point, what's the nature of turning point? Maximum or minimum? So don't mix up. If I ask you for nature of turning point, is maximum point. Why it keeps? Or minimum point. Why I keep exiting from full screen? Okay? So the keyword is very important. Look at the keyword and decide what you need to do. Touches means one root only, equal and repeated root. Can, so question 1 is the most basic question they can ask you. What is the nature? Okay, let's move up. Question 2. They say this equation has 2 distinct real roots. What does it mean? Discriminant? More than 0. So they are telling you discriminant more than 0. Go and rearrange your equation to the form you want. Must rearrange. Always make sure the right hand side of your equation is equals to 0. Then your A, B, C is staring at you. A, B, C. So once you have that, go and find discriminant. B square minus 4AC. And you know it's greater than 0. So it is just 36 minus 4K is greater than 0. 36 is greater than 4K. So K is less than 9. So this is the answer that you want. Okay, so just a very, very short working. So no matter what equation they give you, make sure you tidy them up. You get your ABC first. What does coincident root means? Equal and repeated. So this one tells you D is 0. So all these keywords, you all must know what it means. Sorry, very squashed together.
Coincident is 1.
Coincident is they overlap. Okay, repeated. So go and rearrange this until it is in the order you want. So make sure x squared goes first, followed by x, followed by the constant. So look for your A, C, and your B. So this is your A, B, and C. Make sure you rearrange them until your ABC is out before you do the question. So discriminant is B squared minus 4AC equals to 0. Oh no, it's minus, right? 8 and 24. Okay, so P square is 24 divided by 4, so it's a 6. So P is equal to plus minus square root 6. They wanted exact, means they want you to leave your answer in third form. Okay, leave your answer like that. No need to go and press calculator. A-math like answer in exact form. E-math don't like square root 6. E-math like 3SF. So E-math you must press calculator, give me 3SF. But A-math we will leave it like that.
The fractions for A-math is
Can be mixed, can be improper.
can be both.
But E must be mixed. Yes, you are allowed to. Okay, so shh, I'm not going to go through every single thing. I'm going to give you time to do it now. But let's run through the keywords. So when I say has real roots, what does it mean? Can have 1 or 2. When it's 1 root, means it's equal to 0. When there's 2 roots, it means it is greater than 0. So when they tell you it has real roots, it is D greater or equals to 0. So this is the case. So take note of the keywords. No real roots means what? D smaller than 0. Okay, write in all these hints they give you. Next one is does not cut the x-axis. What does it mean? When will a graph not cut the x-axis? It will be above, so it's a minimum curve. And then second, D is less than 0 because above means it's minimum curve and it doesn't cut. So these are the 2 things they are telling you that is true. Okay, next one. Cuts the x-axis at 2 points. What does it mean? points. D is greater than 0. Next one, always positive means what? Above. So when you have a curve that is always positive, also 2Ks, your A value must be greater than 0 and your discriminant is less than 0. Don't cut. So these two scenarios. So when they write a certain keyword, they are giving you information. Make sure you know what's the info. Okay, let me highlight in red.
When they say always positive, does it mean positive x-axis?
No, means the whole thing lies above the line. So it's a minimum curve and discriminant is less than 0. Okay, so all these are the important keywords and the clue they are giving you. So make sure you can catch the hint. Okay, next one. When they say touches the x-axis means what? Touch only. 1 point. So discriminant equal to 0. What if the roots are real? What does roots are real means? Means it has real roots. So just now we have all agreed that if it has real roots, it means discriminant is greater or equals to 0. So all these keywords, please make sure you catch. Okay, all these keywords, go and write it down before you solve. What does never negative means?
Positive.
Positive only. If something is never negative means what? It can be equal to 0 or it can be always positive, right? So when a curve is always positive, what scenario do you have? A is positive. And then discriminant less than 0. But when your curve is equals to 0, what does it mean? What does it mean? D is equal to 0. So never negative is a special word that was tested only 1 year in O-level and then everybody got stunned. Because we will only always ask always negative, always positive, but first year they test never negative, then nobody knows what to do.
I think it's pretty obvious that it's not.
Yeah, but a lot of you will assume that never negative means always positive, but you overlook that it can be equal to 0 as well. So this is the case that some of you overlook. Okay, so it proves these two. So actually they are telling you these 3 things. Number 1, A is positive. And number 2, D is less than or equals to 0. Okay, so these are the 2 info they give you. Okay, so now with all these keywords, can you all start doing the questions? We will go through in another 15 minutes time. So can you all try now? Yes. Please take note that you need to always rearrange until the right hand side of the equation equals to 0. This is your A, this is your B, and this is your C. This is super important. Your ABC needs to be correct. So this is just finding discriminant. So B square minus 4AC, if you expand everything correctly and solve, this is your solution. So double check your work, make sure it's correct. Okay, double check your work. Okay, next one. Let's look at 5. I think most of you were a bit stuck at it. So I'm just going to zoom into this part. If you go and expand this out, you will get what your friend get here. And then if you simplify, this is what you get. And then if you expand them out, this is the expression that you get. Wait, let me see. Yeah, these 3, correct? Then bring everything on the right hand side to the left. That's what they did here. So let me just show you what they did here. Okay, so up till this point, this is your expression. Okay, the next part is the important thing. Group all the x squares together. So can you see there's only one x square here. So this is your A. Group all the x terms together. So this is where your B is. Your B is minus 2m minus 1. So this is your B. And then your C is anything else without the x term on it. So this is your C. So make sure you can identify your ABC correctly. So your A in this case is M. Your B is minus 2m minus 1. And then your C is a m plus 2. Make sure you identify this correct. Okay, next one. Put in your discriminant. B squared minus 4AC. And then if you expand everything out correctly, you should finally get your answer to be m greater than 1/4. Okay, go and expand everything out correctly and see where wrong the answer. Or zoom in . Okay, here until here. Okay, this is your B squared minus 4AC. Hey, why got suddenly a... This is a plus, right? Oh, no, correct. Minus 8. Okay, when you divide by negative on both sides, you remember you need to flip the sign. So must become greater. Correct or not? Okay, double check this one. Can? Shh. Are you all checking your work? Raj? Checking your work or copying down? Then what are you doing with your finger? Okay? So this one, the only difficult part is identifying the correct A, B, and C. The only mistake you can make is wrong ABC. Okay, next one. Question 6. If you expand and shift everything to one side, this is what you get. So your A is Q minus 1. Your B is negative 3. And then your C is 2. This one very important. Make sure you identify correctly. So do your B squared minus 4AC. And then Q should be greater than 17 over 8. Never negative, the last one 11. Which nobody do. The rest is where we complicate with 2 equations. Yeah, that's all. Okay? Can It's on the board. It's all on the board. Okay, do a quick check of your solutions. So 6 is quite direct. No trap. Next one, 7. Okay, 7. This one is also quite direct. Your A. Shh. Why do I hear so much talking? Okay, so discriminant, if you finally solve it, answer is C greater than minus 4 over 3. Okay, double check. Remember, when you divide by positive number, don't flip your side. Okay, so double check. The answer there is quite easy to read, so I'm going to skip. You can refer to the board for the working. Let's look at 8. Okay, 8, first thing, I already know A is positive. So this one, no problem. It doesn't affect anything. But discriminant less than 0, you go and calculate and eventually solve it. This is your answer. You can give me in mixed number, or if you can give me in improper, both are correct. Okay, so just double check. A is quite direct. No tricks, no traps. Okay, let's look at 9. Okay, the working is on the board. Touches the x-axis. So b squared minus 4ac. When you solve this step, take note. When you take a square root, there's 2 answers. Plus, minus, square root 4. So 1 is equals to 2. 1 is equals to negative 2. Don't forget. So there's 2 solutions. Don't miss out on 1. That's the only thing that you might make mistakes with. Can I include 1 question for quiz for this tomorrow?
I bet especially
1 can, right? Cannot. I see Jeff like
you give us one confidence.
in the photo. I print on the quiz. Okay, 10. If you rearrange everything properly. Ayo, why so rowdy? Chocolate overdose, is it? Yes. Yeah? Minus 4 over 3. Divide by 4. Divide by 12 on both sides. Zero? Yeah, minus 4. Was supposed to be minus 12. So when you divide by minus 12 must flip.
Who did this question?
Okay, flip the sign, Yes. Just text me. Today cannot, I got AEP. Yeah, tomorrow? Okay, we arrange again. Okay, listen carefully, this one. When you rearrange, group all the x squares together. I still have some of you having difficulty. So x squared, this is the only one. So my A is 1. Group all the x together. So these 2 forms my B. So B is minus 2k minus 1. And then C is everything else. So you need to identify the correct ABC. The rest shouldn't be difficult at all. So if your K is greater or equals to negative 3 1/4, so the least value would be negative 3. Oh, real solution. Actually, no need one. They never say it's integer, right? So actually, the least value is just this one. Negative 3 over 1/4. This is the least value. Okay? So one more step to identify. Okay, nobody did question 11. So let's do together. Okay, last one before we learn the new part. Okay, never negative means equals to 0 or always positive. So just now we agree that it must be minimum, discriminant less than 0. This one means discriminant equals to 0. So if we combine these two scenarios, you must have this. These are the two things that is given. So discriminant equals to b square minus 4ac, which is less than or equals to 0. Okay, so this is your solution. Okay, if you reach this point, you will realize you end up as a quadratic equation, which you can factorize as this and this. Okay, we will only learn how to solve this in 2.3. So we can leave this for now as this. Okay, so just leave your solution as of this yet. When we learn 2.3, we will know what is the final answer. Yes. Just now what's the answer? Correct. The means is greater. By negative, flip the sign. Okay. Then I have a curve. And then they ask you to determine whether this line will cut the curve or not. So before we can even start, you need to equate these two together to create a new quadratic. So what I will do is I'll call this equation 1, I'll call this equation 2, and then I will sub 1 into 2. So you see that when I see y, I change it to 2x plus 3. And then this is 4x squared plus 8. Readjust them so that you get a new quadratic. Okay, I shift everything to one side. And then this is my new quadratic equation. And then the question asks you, is there any intersection? Meaning, do you have any real roots? So you check. You go and find discriminant. So b squared minus 4ac. And then if you calculate it, what do you get? What is 4 minus negative 76? So since discriminant is less than 0, it has no real roots. Then you will conclude that line does not intersect the curve. So when they ask you to determine, you are supposed to check whether they intersect or they do not. Okay, so the content is not very different, just that you need to create your own new quadratic equation. In this case, this one. I can see. Okay, so they talk about the line, they talk about the curve, and then they ask you whether they intersect or not. Or when they tell you that they do, you will also do the same thing. So if you look at 12b, now they give you another line. And then they say this line actually intersects this curve at 2 distinct points. So now they tell you they have 2 distinct points. That means discriminant is greater than 0. This one they tell you. But you need to form your own quadratic first. So from 12b, first step, this is your first equation. Second equation is the curve. So same thing, you will create your new quadratic before everything. So sub 1 into 2. So when you see y, you change it to 2x plus 3. Okay, always rearrange until it is in the right order so that your ABC is very obvious to you. Okay, so this is your new quadratic. Once you have created it, you can start talking about discriminant. So this is the quadratic that represents this line cutting the curve. And then now, given discriminant greater than 0, this is what they tell you. You will start to create the equation. So b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. Okay, so this is the range of values of k that will allow you to have 2 real roots. So the solving is the same. It's what you have learned in 1.2. It's just this creation of your new quadratic equation that is different. Okay? Okay, I leave it here first so you can see. Yep. This is E. The one I just gave you is E, because you have learned enough for your WA already. You can do the full paper already. Okay, so once we do a few rounds of you doing your WA, I'll pick 1 year for you to do a mock test. Okay, then you can have a sensing of what kind of grades you will get. Then we revise before your actual WA. You should be very, very ready for it, so don't worry. Usually, we have done enough practice. Okay, so I hope you find this part not so bad. The solving part that is a bit confusing is the quadratic solving, but not here yet. Okay, let me show you 13. Okay, this is a new keyword that you hear, but tangent is not a new word to you, or is it? Have you all heard about the tangent word before? What does tangent mean? Means what? Opposite of? So tangent line is a line that only touch the curve at one point. So if this is your curve, tangent line will only touch the curve at that exact one point. So if you see the word tangent, it means it only touches your curve at one point, indirectly telling you that discriminant is equals to 0. So this keyword, when you see it, they are telling you discriminant is equals to 0. So you just have to look out for the keywords. So let's look at 13. Same thing, they are going to give you a straight line. They are going to give you a curve. So you need to form your first quadratic equation. So sub one equation into the next. So just follow. That's why you need to learn simultaneous at the start, because you need to do this. Okay, so go and expand it out normally. Rearrange them. Okay, and then you can talk about discriminant. So the moment your quadratic equation is out, which is this one, and the question tells you that it is a tangent line, so they give you the info that D is 0. So what is your B in this example? What is your B? How do you read your B? What is the B value? The coefficient of X, what is it? 2K. Don't need to put in the X, just the coefficient. So it's 2K minus 4. That is your B. Okay, B squared minus 4. Your A is just 1 here. C is this whole chunk. So you need to be able to pick out your correct ABC. And then they set it to be equals to 0. The rest is just solving. Okay, the rest is just solving. Okay, this is gone. 48. So K is just 3. That's all. Okay, the question will always give you a little hint on how many solutions you have. If you zoom into the question carefully, you will see that, oops. You will see that they subtly hint you that there is only one value of k. If they write values of k, then you suspect there's more than one solution. Okay, when they just say value, you know that you only have one. Okay, so the solving is nothing new here. Okay, in case you're still copying 12B, So far, okay? Anybody very confused? Should be okay, right? Okay, no new content here. It's just forming your new quadratic and then the rest is the same. Yes. One page missing? Where? Where? Okay, I will print the 8 and 10 for your later. Next lesson I pass to you. Yeah, why like that? For noticing, okay, sure. Yo. So got missing page 1, 3. Not just that, right? Page 4 is missing, right? So many page missing. What is this? All the even number not there. Okay, later. I give you later. My goodness. What is this? Okay, next one. Let's look at 14. Okay, so 14 it says, I have a straight line that does not intersect the curve. So they tell me that this line, which I'll call it equation 1, and this curve, which I call it equation 2, they do not intersect each other. So the given info is that discriminant will be less than 0. So form your new quadratic. Always remember that. During exam, I have students who panic, don't know need to create new quadratic equation, then left the question blank. So you all must remember, when you are given a straight line and a curve, form a new quadratic first. So sub 1 into 2. Okay, just shift all the x's and constant to one side. Okay, bring the 4x here. Bring the constant here. Okay, so this is your A. This 2 is your B. And then your C, if you simplify it, is just a negative 2. Okay, so rearrange them in the correct sequence. Group the x squares together, group the x, and then group the constant. So once you have that, they tell you that discriminant is less than 0. You will use that info. So b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. So you go and simplify. Okay, what I will do is I will simplify these two first before I expand in. Okay, but if you can see all the way, you just expand throughout, okay? Okay, and then if you simplify everything very nicely, you will end up having this. And then they say just show that you get this, then you are done. Shown. By right, if you have learned enough, you can solve after this. But this question only asks you to show this, then you are done. Leave it there, put shown. They only ask you to show this. Why? What happened? Behind got commotion. Can? Okay. Raj, you can see from there. No? You always like stretching. Your class concept is alien. Or futuristic. That one is what? Black hole. It's the alien ship. Which one? Which one is Hashid?
You see that alien
At the corner lah. Okay, okay. Interesting. Okay, Carrie, move on. Can ah? Look at the next tree. Still copy. Okay, let's look at this tree and let's just try to unpack the question. They give you a line, right? And they give you a curve. And you know you need to create your own quadratic. And they say they have two real distinct points. So the given info is that discriminant is greater than 0 and they want you to show that you get this. So in your mind, you should roughly have the step. Form the quadratic by substituting 1 into 2. Once you get the quadratic, discriminant is greater than 0, go and simplify until you show this. So in your mind, you should know what are the steps of solving. Same thing. I have this line and this curve. And they say it meets the curve. What does meeting means? Touch or intersect? Touch is touch. Meet can meet at 1 point or 2 points. So this is another word that they use for intersects. Okay? So when this happens, they are telling you they can meet at 1 point or they can meet at 2 points. So this is another word for telling you discriminant greater or equals to 0. So look out for the keywords. So in your mind, same thing. Form your new quadratic. And then discriminant is greater or equals to 0. Simplify until you show this.
Now you just take it from the question that it's more than equal to.
I mean, you can do the reverse engineering and does not intersect, then it will be less than 0. You will still have to form the quadratic, just that you cannot find any solution to it. Okay? This one is the one that they never tell you anything. They never tell you anything. Okay, so 15 and 16, I would think that if you follow 13 and 14, you can do on your own. But 17 is new, so I just want to spend a bit of time on this. This one doesn't tell you anything. No keywords. They only gave you a equation there, but in the form of an inequality. So this one, listen carefully. Rearrange it in the way that you prefer. Okay, what I will do, I will bring the constant over. Okay, so what this thing is saying is that this is your quadratic curve. Okay, this is your quadratic curve, and they are telling you that it is always positive for all real values of x. So it's telling you in a mathematical way that the curve is always positive. So when this happens, it is pointing towards minimum curve, discriminant less than 0. So this question is more subtle. They don't tell you straightforward. You read between the line. So you must rearrange them and see that the whole curve is always positive means this. So although they never state clearly, but actually they told you. So you must read between the line for this question. So I already know, or I don't know actually. This one is my A, right? This is my B. And this thing is my C. The whole thing is my C. So what I can do is, I will find my discriminant. So given discriminant less than 0, so I do my B square minus 4AC. Better expand first. Okay, easier to handle. Then less than 0. So go and simplify the whole thing. Plus 8 24k minus 24k square. Okay, and then if you simplify, you will get, can I divide by 24 throughout? Is 144 divisible by, oh, it is. So if I divide by 24 throughout, I will get 6k minus k square less than 0. But they want me to show this, right? So I need to make my k positive. So k square minus k minus 6 is greater than 0, shown. Okay, but it's also a good habit to add in this. I know that A, which is 2k, must be positive. So k is greater than 0. Okay, this one you can put it down somewhere, but this is the thing that they want you to show. Yes, Vishan. Zoom in. Okay. So the content is nothing new. It is just identifying the keywords. Okay, 18 to 23, we will continue later. There's only, my lesson ends at 9:10? 9:20? Oh, I still have time. I still have time. I can give you a 3-minute breather. 3 minutes. Okay, while you catch up. If you want, you can do 15, 16. Okay, I will explain 18 in a while. Or I just give you the rest of the time to try. Okay, I tell you what. I will run through the keywords for 18 to 23. Then you can try on your own. Okay, this one. The keyword is always positive. Okay, this keyword is the roots are real. Can. The roots are real. This one means what? D less than 0. Right? Roots are real means can have 1 root or 2 roots. So discriminant greater than 0. Greater or equals to 0. Has real roots, same thing. Discriminant greater or equals to 0. Okay, you want to show that the solutions are real. Same thing. You want to show that minimally discriminant is greater or equals to 0. No real roots, less than 0. And then last one, show that the roots are always real. So discriminant greater or equals to 0. So as long as you can show to me that the roots are real, whether you prove to me that discriminant is greater than 0 or equals to 0 is good enough. You just need to show me that it's a real solution. It cannot be negative. Okay? Okay, actually question 18, right? There is a catch here. You can choose to use discriminant, or if you prefer completing the square, you can also go back to that to show that it's always positive. Okay, so now you have 11 minutes. You can slowly try it. Okay, so if you square the b, everything in the bracket should square. So negative 2, when you square it, becomes 4. Okay, and then this one, I leave you to expand in the next sentence. This is a negative 8q. This is a positive 32. Okay, when you expand, be extra cautious. Make sure you don't make mistakes. Okay, and then you eventually simplify it. Can be 3 to 5. Minus 24q, 48. Okay, so you end up reaching a quadratic. So remember, when you reach a quadratic, what do you think you need to do? Not factorize. When you want to show something, you always like to complete the square. So remind yourself, when you end off, when your D is a quadratic expression, think about completing the square. Usually that is the case. Okay, think about completing the square. So remember, when you want to complete the square, your coefficient of the square term cannot have any numbers there. So take out the 4 first. I usually always leave the constant outside. I don't even extract any common factor. Okay, and then I add in my 0 pair. So remember, 0 pair, you always add in, then you subtract, and it's always half of this number. So it's negative 3. So this first 3, you always combine it into 1. So it's just q minus 3 squared. And then this thing here is just a negative 9. But don't forget, it is still within your square bracket. So when you do completing the square, be very careful also. So expand in now. Okay, you end up having this. Okay, so the good thing is I want to eventually show that my roots are real, right? So I want to show that my discriminant must be positive or equals to 0 in any way. So I can start off with, for all real values of q, I know that any bracket square is always greater or equals to 0. So I copy my q minus 3 in. In fact, if you want to put the 4 in front, you can straight away put it in, because anything times 0 is still 0 anyway. Okay, then in my next step, I will add 12 to both sides. Okay, when you add 12 to both sides, your left hand side relates to discriminant. Okay, and you have just proven that discriminant is greater or equals to 12. So if discriminant is greater or equals to 12, it is always positive. What can I conclude? Since D is greater than 0, therefore it has two distinct real roots shown. Okay, the question only asks you to show that the roots are real, but you give them extra, not just real. I know there's two different ones. So you are telling them extra things, which is more than what is enough. Okay, but never mind. We can flex, right? Okay, so just show them that you know they are real and not just real is two distinct ones. Yes. Quadratic formula? No. Because when you use quadratic formula, you are solving Q and it cannot relate to this statement. Yeah. Because our mission is to prove that discriminant is greater than 0. Okay? After a while, you'll realize that show question always has this trend. And they are asking you the same thing. Okay, the beauty about A math is like there's a fixed way of solving. E math is like open-ended. Okay? Some of you will really love A math, trust me. Now you don't trust me, right? Maybe sometime in the middle of Sec 4, you will tell me you love A math better. Some. But some hate it for both years. Okay, but I'm sure none of you will hate it. None. Very sure. Okay, it's like this exact same template for the next question. You change the sequence of the question, but you can plug and play. It's like same solving template. Okay, wait let me show you. Put in my 20. Okay, so same question. Now expression change only. It's like I'm asking you the same thing, but you always need to rearrange your equation. So px squared, I want to group my 3 over. So plus 3x squared. Then next one is minus 4x. I like to group these together when I bring over. And then I have my p. I like to bring this over plus 1. So I group my x squared, my x, and my constant term together. Do you have to factorize? Up to you. But if you can see it, no need. So what is your a if you observe? A is p plus 3. Okay, your b is your negative 4, negative 2p. And then your c is just p plus 1. So if you group them together, all you have to do is to drop the x squared, drop the x, and take out the constant. Okay? Then next step, I want to show that my roots are real. I need to link back to discriminant. So discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. Okay, the rest is just algebraic expansion. If you are the careless type, for this one, you can always write it outside and expand them one by one. Okay, so that you won't make mistakes. So this is 16, then plus 8p plus 8p, so plus 16p, and then plus 4p squared. So if you are the careless type, write it at the side. Yes, can. Okay, next one. I would prefer that you expand this out fully first before you multiply the negative 4 in. It is less accident prone. Okay, so this is p squared plus p plus 3p, so plus 4p. 3 times 1 is 3, not 4. I have many students making this mistake. Okay, so now if you simplify, so it's just a lot of algebra, but it's not scary. So this is gone, this is gone, only left with 4. So this is the type you like. No need to prove anything, discriminant is positive. Therefore, since D is positive, it has 2 distinct real roots. Okay, shown. Yes. So it's like the same template. You always use the same method to solve, but the expression change. Your algebraic manipulation must be good. So just make sure you are very patient when you expand and simplify. So this one is exactly like 19, the one that you did earlier, just that the expression already give you the value. No need to complete the square. Okay, what if I calculate and eventually I get discriminant equals to 0? Then same thing, since D is equals to 0, you have 2 real and repeated roots also shown. Because the only thing they ask you to show is it has real roots. They never say how many you must have. Okay, as long as you have a root there, you have shown it. So don't be too rigid. They are always asking the same thing. Will they still come back, the badminton students? No ah? Because I don't have math tomorrow, right? Will they come back to class later? Today? No chance? They are out the whole time? Can I leave this on the table so that if they come back they can take the extra even page number for WA? Oh, I give. Who is Raven's friend? Okay, got friend. Hey. Arita. So sad, if I call someone's name, then no friend. Nobody stand up. Yeah? Crash course? Can. Okay, wait, let me finish this. Crash course. Okay, I hope you are slowly getting a hang of things. Let's look at 21. Oops. Okay, 21. Same thing. They say, can you show that the solution of the equation are real? So, first thing, no matter what you do, make sure you tidy up your quadratic expression first. No matter how they mess it up, just rearrange them until one side is equals to 0. So when you look carefully at it, your A is 1, your B is D, and then your C is this entire chunk here. Okay, so once you are set on your ABC, now you want to show your solutions are real, bring out your discriminant. So B square minus 4AC. So don't go and say it's greater than 0 or equals to 0 anywhere first. You're supposed to show it. So this is 12. And then this is minus 4D. Okay, when you end off with a quadratic, what do? Complete the square. So it's the same old thing. So this one, and then constant, leave it at the back. Add in your 0 pairs. Of course, if you can skip step, then you don't need to do the 0 pair. Huh? So it's always half of this number. So the first 3 is just D minus 2 square. This one is a minus 4. And then you copy down your plus 12. Okay, so it's same old thing again. Bring in your best friend for all real values of D. We know that any bracket square is always greater or equals to 0. So copy down. Okay, I hope you start seeing a pattern already. It's always the same thing. Then we want to link it here. So we plus 8 on both sides. So the left hand side is your discriminant. We have just proven that discriminant is always greater or equals to 8. So since D is positive, therefore it has real and distinct roots. 2 real and distinct roots. Shown. Okay, last two. Tahan. Endure. Okay, next is I want to show that it has no real roots. Same thing. Just make sure you find your ABC properly first. So your A in this case is A square. This is your A. Your B is this whole thing. And then your C is this whole chunk. So make sure you tidy them up first before you deal with the question. So go and find discriminant. B square minus 4. I show you upstairs, is it? Okay. Okay, so sometimes it looks very scary, so just follow through first and see where your answer leads you to. So 2AB, when you square it, you just square every single term you see inside. So 2 square is 4, A is A square, B is B square. Okay? So this thing you can see it as 1, 4A square you multiply in. Okay? Then this one, negative 4A square you multiply here. You get this. So you see this entire chunk, the scary one, cancels out already. So you end off with this. Okay? So then what's next? You are supposed to show that discriminant is less than 0. So there is a square term there that you like, right? So for all real values of x, not x, A, I know that A squared by right is greater or equals to 0. But if you look at the question carefully, it says A cannot be 0. So the only thing you drop is the equal sign. So this one, be careful. drop the equal sign. Usually we have bracket square is greater or equals to 0, but because they said this, so there's no equal sign here. Just take note of this, it's important. Yes. Yes, but not yet. But I want to link back to my D, and D is negative 8. So remember, I need to multiply both sides by negative 8. And when I do that, the sign flips. Okay, when you multiply inequality by negative number, it flips. So this one, I've just proven that my D is less than 0. So do you know why the equal sign cannot be there? Because if it's less than or equals to 0, you cannot say no real roots anymore. So this serves a purpose. They cannot give you something there that serves no purpose, unless it's a distractor. Okay, so this one, make sure you put it in here, drop the equal sign. Okay, so since discriminant is less than 0, the equation has no real roots. Okay, they ask you to show, then you write shown. They ask you to prove, then you say proven. Okay, so everything, don't care what kind of expression they gave you, make sure you sort out your ABC and then pump it into your discriminant. It is the same old thing. Okay, wait, I'm coming back. Let me copy this first. Okay. So remember, no matter how scary the question looks like, tell yourself that we cannot test you anything that we have not taught you. It must be one of it. Okay, so just keep exploring the different things that you have been taught. Must be one of them. My lecture ends what time is it? Time flies. Cannot feel the double period, right? Sound looks forced. Okay, last example. I want to show that the roots are always real. So same thing. Just tidy up your expression first. Don't jump to doing the question straight away. Rearrange them. Put the x together. Put the constant together. So this is your A. This is your B. And this thing is your C. Anything without the x is the C. So go and put it into your discriminant. So B squared minus 4AC. You get this. Oh, did they give you? Doesn't look like we can prove anything though. Yeah. Oh, M. My bad. She never realized, right? Okay. Can. 4 minus 4M. Okay, I should circle this. Minus 4M plus 4M squared. Okay, can. So when you end up with a quadratic, what can you do? Complete the square. So now you should know already. No more pattern already. Cambridge only like that. That's all they can do. Okay, you can leave the constant out, then add in your 0 pairs. So remember, it's always half this number. So instead of -1, it's -half. So these three combine into 1. So you realize is this number bring down, this number bring down. and then you put a square. Okay, this thing is just minus 1/4, but don't forget it's in a square bracket. You haven't bring it out yet. So expand it in. This is 4m minus half square. Expand it in. This is minus 1. And then I have a plus 4 outside. Okay? Then it's the back to the same old story. For all real values of m. This whole thing is always greater or equals to 0. And then you add 3 on both sides. Discriminant is greater or equals to 3. So since discriminant is positive, it has 2 distinct real rules. Shown. We are so done with this. Okay, that's 2.2 for you. I've given you all the varieties you can see. So if you go to your 10-year series, the very first unit you see there, you should be able to do the questions there already, except quadratic inequality. Okay, so what's the homework? Hello, what's the homework? The WA paper, right? Not due tomorrow, due on Thursday. So don't tell me CCA. You can still slowly do until Thursday. It is to check your understanding. You have to make sure you are prepared for WA. So E-Math is a default. I haven't say laugh. Okay, it's a default A. It's a default A. Meaning out of 30 marks, how many must you score? 21 and above. That means you can only lose 9 marks. A lot, right? So don't lose 9 marks. Lose 7 or less. 23 is a A1. 21 is a A2. So your E-Math, don't allow yourself to make too much mistakes. A is a different story, okay, but we will work such that we will have a very beautiful WA1 score, huh? No problem, right? Who say no problem? I like it. Say louder. No promises, huh? Okay, anyway, let me give you a glimpse of quadratic inequality. When we move to 2.3, you must forget about discriminant. That means don't think about discriminant at all already. Now we are looking only at the graph behavior. Don't even remind yourself of discriminant.